welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets that thing called life. We appreciate you being here with us inside the Great Lakes Honda City Studios. Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora here in these Great Lakes Honda City Studios, and of course Great Lakes Honda City, coming to you on 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. They're open for sales and service Monday through Saturday, so make sure you go and see them. It's the only place that I've gotten a vehicle for over a decade. And my Honda many years ago, arguably when I was in college at Marywood University, arguably my car saved my life. So I want to thank Honda, the product, as well as Great Lakes Honda City, the former Honda City of Liverpool, for all that they do. And we're up and down the East Coast, the Midwest, the West Coast, and all around the globe with you here on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt, facebook.com/wakeupcalldt, and on wakeupcalldt.podbean.com. So however you're connected with the show, we thank you for hanging out with us where sports truly meets that thing called life. And of course, we are just outside of Christmas. Of course, Hanukkah going on, Kwanzaa after Christmas. So whatever holiday you celebrate, I always wish you the happiest of holidays. But here on this show, we say Merry Christmas because I celebrate the Lord. So I always tell people, I'm going to accept you, accept me. That's how this world gets better. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody out there. MonPazPopcorn.com is what's popping. Gabby Holko is going to join me in just a moment from Susquehanna University. We have talked many times here on the broadcast. We met when she was at my alma mater of Marywood University, and I knew she was going places, and I continue to believe that, even though she's a Duke fan. So we will talk about a lot of things with Gabby in just a moment, and then I'll be joined by Gene Marshall in our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Binghamton University. Gene and I will reflect on 2025, what's coming in 2026, and everything in between. And then at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time, I will have the absolute pleasure and honor of bringing you a special with my godson Noah. He had never gotten a card before, and I got him his first sports card. And that was his Alex Morgan card because he loves soccer, loves men's and women's soccer. He had never been to a sports card shop. We just did that this past week, and that is going to be celebrated today. Never opened a pack of cards, never opened a box, never did any of that stuff. And so GG Cards and Breaks brought a really, really cool memory for myself and my godson Noah, and we're going to share that with you at 10:50 a.m. Eastern Time. I cannot wait. I was spending a lot of time putting that together because I want it to be a time capsule for Noah and obviously our family, and he's a good kid. So God bless to him. And then the ingredients to success we'll round out the show with, speaking on the importance of a family meal, sitting around the table together, not just on the holidays, but always. So a lot of good stuff coming up, and that's coming up proudly presented by Avicolli's. With that being said, let's jump into our conversation with Miss Gabby Holko, Susquehanna University Riverhawks women's basketball head coach here in the 2025-26 season. One of my favorite people. She's on the show every season, but she needs to be on more than once because we used to do that. So I need to make sure I'm better on that. Miss Holko, how are you?
I'm doing well, Dan. Thank you for having me and excited to chat today.
Yeah, and let's get right into it. Do you still like Duke, or did Kay somehow, some way just get through to you? Are we infiltrating at all, or are you still Duke?
It's funny that you say that. Our neighbor who actually works for Syracuse University, she works in their admissions department. She came over yesterday to drop off a holiday gift, and we were chatting and talking about the Duke Cuse game that Kay and I used to always go to. And I said, well, at least Syracuse is a little bit more bearable to watch. I mean, they have Kai and Anthony, a little bit more excitement. Truth be told, have not watched many men's basketball games this season so far. Been really kind of diving into just
Yeah.
our opponents and scouting and watching a lot more women's basketball, as always, but I haven't really tuned into many men's games. So I would say, yeah, I'm a Duke fan still, but I probably have watched one half of basketball of them this season.
Yeah, well, see, look, we're wearing you down. So that's how this works. Well, you said, I mean, obviously you're scouting for your season and you're locked into what's going on in your season, which is totally understandable. But you said you've been watching a lot more women's basketball. Has it been, D3 and you kind of, just staying locked into your upcoming opponents and what's going on in D3? Or have you taken some time with other divisions and spent some time watching other, because I know we've talked about the tournaments before. We've talked about the Division One women's NCAA tournament. So, are you watching a little bit of everything, or are you staying with D3?
Watching a little bit of everything. A lot of D3. Obviously, I have a lot of friends coaching around Division 3, Division 2, some Division 1. So really trying to tune into their games when I can. Yesterday, I got to watch one of my former assistants, Skylar Fenimore. She's at Capital University as their assistant coach. So they were playing at what was it, 1 p.m. yesterday. So I put that on in the office as I was doing our laundry because we had a 3 game road trip in 4 days. Our equipment manager's home for the holidays, so no duty is above a head coach here at Division 3. So got to wash our uniforms and got to catch in with the Capital Comets and Camille and Skylar, who do a phenomenal job with their team. Been following a lot about Division 1 women's basketball. Yesterday, what game did I watch? I watched the Arizona versus Utah, which came down to the wire, which was a really great game. But yeah, just kind of tuning into a lot.
Yeah, and for you, like you said, seeing all this different, different basketball, seeing different divisions of basketball, different conferences and whatnot. Is there anything you're seeing with the women's game? Because I know we always take, kind of a holistic approach and look at everything. Is there anything that has developed that's kind of caught your eye in the women's game?
I just think women's basketball, and I say this every time I'm on with you, I feel is just booming. I think there are a lot of great coaches out there, whether they're a defensively minded coach and or an offensively minded coach. I think the pace of play has just increased drastically in women's basketball. Your really defensively minded coaches have their teams playing some really great defense. So I think it's great to watch. Kaylin actually asked me the other day when we were watching. Who were we watching? I believe it was South Carolina, and I can't remember who they were playing. But she's like, "Do you watch the game for enjoyment anymore, or do you just like watch it for scheme?" And I'm like, I watch it for enjoyment, but I am watching it in terms of like how if I'm scouting an opponent, what are they running? What kind of defense are they showing? What's their ball screen coverage? Stuff like that. So it is definitely difficult to watch a game just out of pure enjoyment anymore. But it's still great to kind of tune in and watch.
So when you are watching and you're looking at scheme and some things that you like, some things that you don't like, what's really caught your eye that you've picked up on when you're like, okay, that might be something for me to utilize?
Yeah, for sure. Yesterday, the Division 1 game, like I said, I was watching Arizona, Utah. Arizona's head coach ended up pulling out a great baseline out of bounds, what we call blob, end of game situation, which got her team within one, I believe, 1 or 2. And it was a great play. So obviously seeing things like that, just being able to mark it down in a notebook and or on my notes app, just trying to see quick hits, what they're doing, if there's anything defensively that I'm like, oh, that's different. Let me go put that in my notes app and go look it up on Synergy to watch it a little bit further. We're very blessed with Synergy. Synergy keeps all of our film from Division 1 through JUCO. I think high schools are now getting into it as well, where they break down our games and you can literally find absolutely anything you want from a game that you just watched, which is really great.
Yeah, and that's awesome for your opportunity, right, to be able to see anything. And if you missed something or you want to go back to something, that you have the opportunity to do that. So as you've excelled as a coach, as you've grown as a coach, when we look at all the film and all of the opportunities, all of the options that you have, different things that you've tried, do you still do that, from season to season? Are you willing to learn? We talk about how a coach is kind of set and this is what I want and that's all I'm going to do. Syracuse 2-3 zone, Bayheim, like let's lock in, right? And then there's other coaches that are saying, no, maybe this team's better 3-2. Maybe this team's better to do a box and one. Maybe I should go man to man. Maybe I should full court press this year. So from season to season, do you challenge yourself to say, hey, don't be so locked and have a little bit of wiggle room to say maybe I'm going to have to adjust a few games in?
Oh my goodness, yes, Dan. I say I'm a lifelong learner. I'm learning every single day. Get to go to convention at the end of the year where there's a ton of great coaches that are presenting. If I have any questions on anything, even if I see a game, I'm not shy to ask and send an email to that coaching staff and being like, hey, saw this. Can you kind of go through it with me a little bit? I think that that's like the best thing about basketball in general is all coaches know that we're just lifelong learners. And if you say that you know everything, you don't. And just being able to be selfless enough to ask questions when needed. I have a great assistant coach on my staff, Mike Matisse. He's been with me for this is his third season. We actually went to college together. He played on the men's team. I was on the women's team. So we've known each other for over a decade, but he challenges me every day, brings different ideas to the table. I'll ask him his opinion on things. Just knowing what your assistant coaches are really great at and being able to develop them, but also have them teach and learn, giving him opportunities to draw up a play in a timeout situation and or the beginning of a quarter, having him install some offensive, defensive stuff. So I think as a head coach, it's the best thing that I have learned as I've gotten older and I've gotten longer into this profession, that being able to empower your assistant coaches is a great thing, and to be able to have your players hear more than one voice. So I would say every season you kind of look back to see what has worked, what didn't work as well. Can we tweak this? Can we change this? I'm a very defensively minded coach. I really think that our defense keeps us in games. And we say, obviously, defense travels, right? Your shot's not always going to be on 100% of the time. But I think our defense dictates what our offense is going to look like. And it has been really great for us this season.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at what your defense has been able to do this, like you said, defense travels. I love that you say that because, it's another way of saying something that I kind of learned going through this, which was that defense is something that you can control. Where offense, hey, I could take the bat, I could keep shooting the way I normally shoot, doing what I normally do, but like you said, I mean, you're in a different gym, so sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you got to get a good feel for it, and you have to be able to adjust, but defense can travel, defense can be consistent. Do you feel that, how do you get a team excited about defense? Because I mean, it comes in recruiting, I'm sure. You got to recruit the right people, you have to recruit people that aren't all about flashing lights and wanting to get their shot off and become the player of the week or whatever that may be. But how do you make defense fun? Because I feel like people are talking about it more now in multiple sports, and I feel like they're enjoying it. But, there's also times where people are saying, well, defensively, I'm not scoring. Defensively, I'm just moving around, running around, trying to get down the court and this and that, where a lot of people are like, nah, I want to hit that three and turn and look at the camera. So how do you make defense fun?
We do a lot of defensive drills where we're only scoring on the defensive end. So whether you get a stop, whether you get a deflection, a defensive rebound, really just kind of empowering our team through the defensive side of the ball. And I think really just talking about it, like what is important to you. And they always say you are what you sub for. So just being able to, like I say to our kids, the quickest way on the floor to me is to be able to keep the ball in front of you and defend. And I say, if you can drop 30, but you give up 45, what help are you to me? And just being able to teach our kids that, especially coming in as a first year, it's really difficult. Like, I don't think kids understand it until they're in the seat as a first year, that the game is faster, it's more physical, the scheme of everything, like being able to remember a scouting report, being able to KYP, which we say is like know your person, know your personnel. To really dive into that. Are they right-handed? Are they left-handed? What is their counter move? What hand do they want to finish with around the rim? Are they a back-to-basket post player? So being able to study the scouting reports and know how to do that to the best of their ability. But I think our team really knows that, we're holding teams to about 55 points per game. So that has been huge for us. We've been averaging, I think, about 70. So we're also scoring the basketball. We're getting teams to turn it over. We're turning it over a little bit too much. I'd like that to go a little bit in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
But been just pounding people in the paint. We have some really solid post players. We have some guards that are bigger and not afraid to take it to the rack. and just being able to kind of trust the process of taking it day by day. We don't look too far ahead. We learn from our mistakes from behind, but we don't sulk on the past. We try to stay present in the moment this season.
Yeah, and I love that. I love, your focus on what you want from your team, and that turnover ratio is huge. Like, yes, you can win games sometimes where you turn the ball over a little bit more, and you can win games sometimes where maybe it's, double digits to a point. I feel like watching a lot of basketball, I always felt like if you keep it in single digits for turnovers, you're probably winning that game. And then for some odd reason, my brain would tell me like 10 or 12 under, like stay under 12, stay under this, because, you see some games where there's a lot. But that turnover side of things is so huge in any sport. You don't want to give up a possession. And people look at it in football and they scrutinize it because you don't see as many, right? You might see 2 or 3 or 4, and you say, okay, well, they turned the ball over and now they don't have the ball for 8 minutes. Where in basketball, you turn the ball over and it's quick, right? You may not have the ball for 10 seconds, but turnovers in any sport are creating opportunities for other teams. And even though it
Absolutely.
is more of a spotlight in the football world, I'd love to get your thoughts as a coach about, even though we play a fast-paced game in this basketball world, how every single turnover, even if they don't score, is still taking time off the clock and still changing momentum. There's a lot of things that turnovers can do besides simply scoring points.
Yeah, for sure. I say turnovers give me hives. And I think that's because I was a point guard, shooting guard in college. So I just don't
Yeah.
truly, I hate it. I hate giving a team another possession. Same thing on rebounding, right? Like an offensive rebound for a team is a second chance opportunity. We want to limit as many second chance opportunities as we possibly can. So being able to keep that turnover limit a little bit lower. Right now, it's a little too high, as I said, for my liking. We're averaging about 15 turnovers per game. I'd like to get it closer to 10, but we are also sharing the ball at a high rate. We're averaging 17 assists per game, which means multiple kids are touching the ball every possession.
Yep.
We're finding our teammates. It's not a 1v1 hero ball type of situation where we're getting a post touch to a kick out to a three. We're getting a drive, a post slide to a dish to our post player. Like our kids are finding each other really well. They're sharing the basketball. But yeah, turning the ball over is not great. Given a second chance opportunity in any situation in basketball is not a great thing. So just being able to kind of capitalize on every possession that we have and being efficient is something we have also preached to our kids this season.
Yeah, we're breaking down the background here of what's been going on this season. Overall record, though, you hear Gabby talk about her team, how turnovers give her hives, things that she wants, focusing on defense and all of this stuff. And you would say, okay, so what's their record? Well, a good coach is going to teach even when a team is winning. A great coach is going to have a conversation where you don't even know the win-loss record, which is exactly what Gabby gave us this morning. This team is 10-1 right now. They are 10-1. And would you know that from the way that she's analyzing the game? No, and that's why she's a great coach. So looking at what's to come here, you're on a streak right now. Misericordia, Wilkes, Moravian. So we look at those 3 games as well as Eastern, Union College, and Montclair State. So I believe a 6-game winning streak that you have here currently. The only game that's a loss this season was to Elizabethtown College in the Landmark Conference, which is a very difficult conference you and I talked about before. That was on the road. Elizabethtown ranked 14th in the nation at the time. That game was 1 possession. So the difference between 10-1 and 11-0 was 3 points against a really good team. Bring me into that game.
Yeah, for sure. We led the entire game until 17, no, what was it? Until 3.5 minutes left in the game. We just kind of went on a lull scoring wise, and defensively kind of got caught up in going for a steal or going for a block. Just instead of, I say all the time, and you'll hear me on the sidelines if you were at a game, hearing me say, sit and be solid. And those are 2 things that I really ask of our kids. Like, we could take chances if we're pressing and we're in the full court, but when we are in the half court, I truly force them and challenge them to be solid, and to be able able to make a team play down to the last 5 seconds of a shot clock. I want to challenge them into taking contested twos, a contested three. And when we take chances in the half court and give up an easy layup or an uncontested 3-point shot, which is kind of what happened to us at E-Town. And E-Town's a phenomenal team, as you just said. The Landmark Conference is really difficult. We have the number 2 team in the country in our conference. E-Town was at 14. Catholic has been in the top 25 this season receiving votes. We are now getting votes in the top 25 as well. So I think being able to know, and our girls know that they understand that every possession, as you just said, it was a 1-possession game that cost us that game. I think they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder, and they have since that loss. I mean, we just played 2 games down in Puerto Rico, 1 at Eastern. We played 3 games in 4 days, which is not an easy thing to do, especially when you're taking a 4-hour trip on a plane to Puerto Rico, playing in a gym, practicing in a gym that was maybe 100 degrees. And it was a great experience, great for our culture, but our team really showed the grind, the grit, the togetherness when we were in Puerto Rico, especially against Montclair State in that last game on Friday. We had a 17-point lead and just kind of, again, had some lapse in judgment on the defensive side of the ball. Montclair is a tough, gritty, well-coached team, and they were able to kind of chip it away. And then it came down to the last 4 seconds of the fourth quarter. We were able to call a timeout, draw a play up. Our kids executed it to perfection. We had a great screen, a great pass, and a great finish that put us up 2. And then defensively, again, had the lockdown defensively for, I think it was 1.7 seconds. They got us still a good look at a shot, but it was contested, and we were able to secure that win. So I'm extremely proud of this group in the way in which they have attacked this season. Again, our motto this year is journey, but the OUR is capitalized. So it is our journey. And I said at the beginning of the year, we get to really choose what path we go on. And by being able to stay present in our journey, it's nobody else's. We can't look out.
Yeah.
We're not really truly letting a ton of people look in, except the people that are in that gym every single day, and just being able to work for each other. Our motto forever has always been we over me, or us versus us. And I think being able to just really see this team and how they play for each other, celebrate each other, and love each other has been a huge part of why we've been so successful this season.
Yeah, and I love that. I mean, so many things that you said, but Journey, I'm a fan of the band, and I think I might have told you this a long time ago, but for whatever reason, I was like, if I ever have a daughter, I either want her name to be Journey or I want her middle name to be Journey. So when you say Journey and you say the OUR is taken out and it's capitalized, our journey, I'm thinking 2 things. Once again, Gabby, for the millionth time, we're on the same wavelength. 2, are there t-shirts of our journey? Because if there is, I need to buy one.
We have a couple. We got our parents actually one where it has it on the back and the OUR is just underlined. And then our girls have one as well. So let me see if I have one laying around, and I'll just send you one. You don't need to buy it. I'll just send it to you.
I was gonna say I'll buy it if I need to, but our journey sounds like, my cup of tea right there. Here with Gabby Holko, Susquehanna University Riverhawks women's basketball head coach inside of the 2025-26 season. We're here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora in the Great Lakes Honda City studios. Gabby, you talked about Puerto Rico. I was going to get into that. You had the opportunity to go down there. People say, and I love D3, and you know that. I mean, this is an awesome world, and it's always been. I got recruited. That was my one phone call that I got was from an NCAA Division III school. So I definitely appreciated that. And then I got around it, and I watched men's and women's basketball, and really since 2003. So to have all this time connected with Division III, I have a lot of love and a lot of support for it. And they say a lot of things, Division III is not the same. It's not as exciting, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, is it still basketball? Are they still doing that? Okay. Now we know that Division III has beaten 3 Division I teams this year in women's basketball. We're going to talk about that in a second. But there's this other part of it where it's not fun, it's not great, you don't get to do anything, there's no money, there's no experiences. Really? Because Susquehanna just went to Puerto Rico to play in the Puerto Rico Classico, and you played Union College and Montclair State. Bring me into that, to be able to bring your team to Puerto Rico, which is not only a fantastic experience, but there are Division I schools that will never do that.
Yeah, so I think a big thing with it, I love Division 3. I played Division 3. I've coached at Division 3. The only time I was not at Division 3 when I did a 1 year stint as an assistant coach at Lackawanna College, which was a Division 2 JUCO, which now they're moving to the PSAC NCAA Division 2. So that's pretty cool to have that, and kudos to Lackawanna College for getting that done. But I think a big thing for me is being able to give these young women the experience. I think if you look, yes, we just went to Puerto Rico. Our seniors went to Puerto Rico their freshman year. Their sophomore year, they went to Boston. Their junior year, they went to Vegas. And now their senior year, they have went to Puerto Rico. So being able to take these young women on these great trips, and will they remember the wins? Yes, but they'll remember the team bonding, the culture building, and just overall just hanging out with your teammates in a new place and creating new memories. And I think that that's something that I love about my time as a player. We went to the Bahamas when I was at Westminster College, and I was like, this is awesome. And if I ever become a coach, this is stuff that I want to be able to do. But it costs money. And anybody that has been recruited by me knows I don't just clearly say to the parents, hey, give me $2,000 every year per kid, because I know that some families might not have that availability to do that. So we do a ton of different fundraisers. We do a lot of camps in the summer where our kids come and work. We do an overnight high school team camp where we've had teams from New York, Maryland, Virginia, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. So we just do a lot of fundraising to be able to make these things happen. But also, we have a lot of great alumni and a lot of great parents that are able to give donations to our program. And we would not be able to do what we're able to do without the support of them. And I think that that has been something that I am so utterly grateful for,
Yeah.
is the support that I have been shown and this program has been shown in my 6 seasons, 7 years. The alumni support, whether that's monetary and or just support, has been phenomenal. We've had some really great parents in our community as well, a part of our program. I just said it takes I put it on my Instagram, like, we had a great group of parents come to our trip down to Puerto Rico. I think we had 16 parents on the trip with us. My parents got to come. Kaylin's mom got to come. And I said, like, we went down to Old San Juan, which is like kind of a really great, cool town to be
Yeah.
able to explore, gave them meal money. They just got to beat bop around. But we took a big picture with everybody that was there. And I said it takes a village, and we have a really great village here at Susquehanna University. And I'm extremely grateful for it. Our parents, our alumni, just our overall supporters, and they have a hand in why we're 10-1 as well. So that's something that I'm really, really excited about.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, 6 seasons, 7 years, there's COVID that happened in between all of that. So obviously you have a little bit more time there at Susquehanna, and you and I met when you were at my alma mater, Marywood University. I'm going to say a few things about this, so sit back and enjoy it. I know you're going to talk about other people and not give yourself credit, but some of the greatest moments in my life came from that season. I had the opportunity to come back and host MU courtside, which is what I started at Marywood University, and I never thought I'd be able to do it again because it was meant to be for students. But Brendan Murphy helped to make that happen, and I appreciate that. So we had the opportunity to do that. I had the opportunity to do interviews with you on site, on location, on campus, in the Hall of Fame room, which was a lot of fun. And then you asked me to do something that I will never forget, is that you had me come into the locker room, and I got to trail behind you and see you come around the corner and celebrate with your team when your team was in the postseason. And those moments like that, I'll never forget. A coach saying, yeah, come in our locker room, come in our space, come in our place that's just for us and be a part of this. You're one of the coaches that did that and gave me an opportunity that doesn't have a division to it, doesn't have a conference to it, doesn't have a team to it. It's just the type of person you are, and it speaks to the relationships that you form and how you're true to them. Now we fast forward to where you are right now with a team that's 10-1 and all the work you've done at Susquehanna. Bring me through these last few years and making the decision to go to Susquehanna, looking at, everything 2020 and how you've been building, because this season doesn't happen overnight. These opportunities and what this team has become and how they've become this, what you've become, that all doesn't happen overnight. But the consistent fact that I can state of all of this is that it comes from a person who's always had a good heart, is honest, looks for the right people, and builds good relationships.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I was told a long, long time ago. It's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think you can have the X's and O's, but if you don't have the Jimmies and the Joes that are good with your culture, it could be very different. And or just the talent wise, I would say that is probably one of my core values, is just being able to build those relationships. And I think that that has made this transition here at Susquehanna a phenomenal one. I have had amazing people in my corners, such as you when I got to the job at Marywood. I think you called me on day two when I accepted the job, just to kind of welcome me into the Marywood University kind of bubble. And I was really appreciative of that. It was my first time becoming a head coach. And I'm very grateful for Marywood University giving me that opportunity, because I don't know if Susquehanna would have given me that opportunity if I did not have that one season from Marywood under my belt. But coming here to Susquehanna, leaving Marywood was not an easy task. I recruited, well, Joe Reno and I both, my assistant coach, recruited 9 kids to come in for that second season at Marywood. So having to tell those kids and our returners on that roster that I was leaving only after one season was probably one of the hardest things that I have had to do, because of the relationship building. And then getting here to Susquehanna, I walked into a really talented team that just needed a little bit of the guidance in terms of culture. And I would say if you ask my first team here at Susquehanna to this current team, what's the difference between Gabby Holko year 1 and Gabby Holko season 6, year 7? I would say my first team would say I'm soft. And I think that that is just as you get older, your fuse gets longer, you're able to understand things a little bit better coming into a new program as a young head coach, where I was 7 years younger than I am now, being thinking that I had to be this tough honcho person of, oh, that pissed me off, now let me say this, excuse my language. But I think being able to now really understand that in coaching, we're never going to make everybody happy. You're always going to have people that are upset with playing time or upset with the opportunity that they were given. And I would say sometimes I'm honest to a fault, where I'm going to be very honest with each kid that comes through our program. We have an open door policy where we will always discuss playing time. And sometimes it's just not going to be what they want to hear. I always have an assistant coach in those meetings as well, because you never want to have he said, she said. And I think that that has been something that our players respect, that they're able to come into our office and have those hard conversations. I say all the time, like, this is the first 4 of your next 40. This is where you become the adult that you're going to be in the real world. And
Yeah.
being able to have those hard conversations with a boss, it starts here now. But I think why we've had so much success here at Susquehanna is the people, flat out. I mean, it's the girls that we have brought into this program. It's the families that we have brought into this program. It's the alums that have fed into our program and follow us and come to a game. Like our game at E-Town, we had how many? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 alums that just showed up to E-Town to support us. And I think that that means the most to us. And as you said about being welcomed into our locker room, I do that now. If we have alums that are at a home game and we have a big win, come on, let's go. Come celebrate with what this team has accomplished, because they were able to run because these people before them walked. So being able to see the generations of, it used to be Crusader basketball, and we love our Crusader family, and then we transitioned to being the Susquehanna Riverhawks. So being able to show that love, and I first and foremost truly believe it's people first, it's relationships first, and these women are they're players, but they're people before they're players. So understanding that they're gonna have lapses lapse of judgment. There's never going to be a time where we are treating our players conditionally. You could have a terrible game and I'm still going to love on you 10 times harder. I may be harder on you in terms of what are we doing here? But at the end of the day, like I'm going to give you a hug and tell you that you belong here and to stop overthinking, stop overanalyzing. But we've had the success that we have had because of the people, because of the relationships that we have built, and just the connections that Susquehanna University, our staff, we have staff members that come to every single game. I'll give a shout out to Michaeline. She's our biggest fan. She comes to every single game. Our president, Jonathan Green, is at every single home game that he can be at. And I don't know many universities where the president is coming to both their men's and women's basketball games. He emails me after every win. Lynn Buck, his wife, also emails me and says, "Hey, congrats." So I think it's the people that truly make the place, and we have some amazing people here at Susquehanna University.
Yeah, and you said that before, and I mean that's a reason why you've been there for so long, right? Because you enjoy it. You like where you are, what you're doing, how you're doing it. It seems like you found a good fit for you. And so before we get into rapid fire, that's really what I want to know is why I know you talked about the people and the community and all of that. What else is it about Susquehanna that just feels like the right place for you? Because like I said a long time ago when we met over 7 years ago, which is crazy to believe, but I said, Gabby, you're trending upward and you always will be. And so Susquehanna has been a place where you've dug roots. Why?
To show that we can build something. I think that that's a big thing is coming into a program the year prior to us getting here. Um, we had 6 wins, I think, the year prior, and being able to trend upward to build something to show we are in the Landmark Conference, which is a very top conference in women's basketball, Division III. As I said, we've had 3 teams in the top 25 religiously. Being able to recruit wonderful humans into our program and wanting to win with them and stay with them. I've had opportunities. I've had people cold call. I've had people say, "Hey, come interview." And Susquehanna is just, it's a place that's hard to leave. Our men's basketball coach has been here. I think he's in his 35th season. Our university puts into our athletic department. We just did a whole locker room remake over. Our court got redone. We just got a new scoreboard. Like they're putting money into athletics to show that they care and to show these athletes that they care. Again, we have a phenomenal alumni network. We have phenomenal supporters that want to give to our programs that make me feel that this is a family. And that's what we kind of push to our kids as well. You're going to remember again the wins and the losses, but you're going to remember the times in the locker room and on these trips and obviously the celebrations and just the team dinners. And I think that just here at Susquehanna, we have, again, phenomenal people. We have a phenomenal leadership. We have phenomenal coaches. And I think that that's something that every single program here at Susquehanna is fighting to be in the top of the landmark and recruiting phenomenal student athletes, and we just all work together. I can go into Frank's office. Right next to me is Nick Hoover, who's our women's soccer coach. Jim Finley, who's across from me in my office, the men's soccer coach, has been there for 20 plus years. Denny Bowers is our baseball coach, who's also in my hallway. Upstairs, we have Allison Fordyce, who's our field hockey coach, who prior to this season won back-to-back landmark field hockey championships. So you have really great coaches that are just pounding the pavement and wanting to be successful. And when you are in a department that has that many successful coaches, it makes you want to be successful. It makes you want to grind and do the best that you can do. And when you're having a hard moment, there's a lot of good shoulders to lean on. And that's something that you don't get everywhere. And that's something that I'm very fortunate here at Susquehanna is to have amazing people to lean on, have amazing people to support us, and just to kind of keep pushing forward. And we're playing the number 2 team in the conference, number 1 team in the conference, number 2 team in the country, the University of Scranton, at the Palestra on January 11th, which is really cool. And our landmark commissioner, Katie Boldovich, was able to get this going a couple years ago where we do a landmark day at the Palestra, which, oh my goodness, if you just Google how many great historic basketball games that has happened in the Palestra. This is another experience that our girls here at Susquehanna, our young women, get to do, and it's really cool.
Yeah. The cathedral of college basketball, they call it. So,
Yep.
pretty crazy. And, obviously a lot of things to look forward to on this season. 10-1, plenty coming up. University of Scranton coming up after Lycoming. So let's jump into rapid fire because I want to leave some things on the table for our next conversation. Gabby, you can ask me anything you want, any topic, any question. What do you got?
If you could pick one state to live in for the rest of your life or country, where would you be? Where would you go?
I just went there finally. I've waited so many years to do this and am very happy I got to do it with my dad. I feel like this may be altered when I get to go to my other country of my family's origin, which is Spain. But I will say that if you put me in Napoli, in Naples, Italy, and you give me that pizza, the birthplace of pizza, you put me by that water, right by Capri, and the sights, I'd live in Italy. I'd probably just sleep outside of the pizza shop. That's where I would be. So it's crazy. I was like, I got more toned. So that I don't. This speaks to what's in our food in America. I got more toned, in better shape, and felt like better eating pizza every day and walking everywhere. That's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did. So my question back to you, Gabby. I like this one. I've been asking this one a lot, but I don't think I've ever asked it to you. If you took over my show for the day and it was Wake Up Call with Gabby Holko, who would be your 3 guests and why?
Oh, that's a good one. Hmm. That's a tough one, Dan. Um,
It's
I
not
would
easy.
say I would say guest number one just right now because I'm audio booking, listening to her book, Dawn Staley. If you have a chance to read her book or listen to, it's phenomenal. So I would really like to dive into Dawn's history.
Okay.
Born and raised in Philadelphia, going to Virginia, to coaching at Temple, taking a chance on herself, going to South Carolina when people said that that job would ruin her career, and obviously see what she has done there by betting on herself and having the right people around her. So I think that would be a big one for me. Let's go in a different route in terms of other humans. I would say my second guest would probably be. Hmm. My second guess would probably be an actor, and I'm trying to think right now who I'm kind of watching. I'd probably pick Jennifer Aniston. We're watching the morning show on Apple TV, which is also really great. And
Okay.
I think Jennifer Aniston has had a phenomenal career, and just being able to dive into her life and all of the projects that she has been on, and just seeing what her mindset would be. And then last guess, I could name 3 coaches off the bat, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to go in different areas. And then let me think. I would probably say my last guest would be. I would say Diana Taurasi. I'd like to talk to
Okay.
her.
Okay.
I just watched her documentary on Prime, and it was amazing. And just being able to kind of dive into who she was as a player, who she is now after basketball has kind of completed. I think that those would be my 3 guests.
Well, what we've learned from Gabby's choices are if you want to be on Gabby's show, you have to have an audiobook, a TV show, or a documentary being made about you right now. What is your next question for me?
My next question for you, what is your dream car?
Man, I'm not a materialistic guy at all. I'm gonna say this just because I'm a kid at heart. I want I want a time machine. I want a DeLorean. I want to have those butterfly doors, and I want to pick up Doc Brown and Marty McFly, and I want to go back in time, and I want to make sure that Biff has another, truck full of poo that falls on him for being such a jerk. No, I'm kidding. But No, I definitely would want to have a DeLorean, I think. I just like the thought of adventure and having a flying car. I don't I don't have like you know, crazy I think in the past I used to say like, a Jaguar or something, but it doesn't matter to me. Give me a DeLorean. By the way, DeLorean doesn't take normal gas either. You can put soda in it. You put all types of stuff in it and it works. So, that would be a good way to, just like dump out some soda and be able to, go around space and time. And for those of you that don't know, when they travel in that show and they go to October 21st, October 21st, 2015, when they go there and people say, "Where were you?" That's my birthday. It's my 30th birthday. So every time Back to the Future has this celebratory anniversary, it's my birthday. So
That's awesome.
that's pretty cool. So I would do that. My question back to you. Okay. I've never asked this before. If you and I right now could teleport, we have the power of Nightcrawler of the X-Men. So we can just think of a place, teleport to that place. Where would you and I teleport to spend a day? We've had a friendship for many years. So where would we spend a day in the world or out of the world if we could teleport?
Oh, that's a good one. I would say a country that I want to go to that has been kind of on my list. I would say Ireland. I'd like to go to Dublin to Ireland and just kind of beep bop around, see how everything is. Just watched again on Netflix, the House of Guinness. So being able to kind of go and just see everything. My wife obviously is a Mick. She's a McCullian. I am now a McCullian by marriage, so I like to say I'm Irish by marriage.
Yeah.
And I think that that would be fun. That would be cool.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I respect it. I haven't been there. What is your last question for me?
Last question. If you had one university that you could do their media and be a person that is promoting that university, your dream university to work with, who would it be?
Oh, that's so tough. I would say. So if I'm working on the inside, what university would I want to work for? I don't like working for other people, but I would say if I had to pick, I got, I'm running through names in my head right now. I, there's so many teams that I've had the blessing of covering, and that's what makes this very hard. If I was working at a school, what school would I pick? I think I would go with. Man, I gotta pick somebody who's, got a lot of. I'd want to go somewhere where there's like vibrant college football, and there's like a symbol, and there's people that like hate our guts, but then there's like a lot of supporters because I like the hate. The hate shows you're doing something right. So I don't know, man. Like I guess the one that's sticking in my head is Hook'em. I guess we go to Texas. So,
Okay.
Go down to Texas and yeah, I think I would do that. Yeah, cuz I'd probably want to go SEC and yeah, I feel like Texas might be the place for me to go.
Okay, awesome.
My question back to you. Okay. All right. Well, we're in the Christmas and holiday season. What is your favorite guilty pleasure food that you'll look over at your wonderful wife and go, in the words of Joey from Friends, when he eats that chocolate cake and he looks at the girl he's on the date with and he goes, "I'm not even sorry." So if you had one of those moments here in this holiday season and your wife came into the room and said, "Gabby, I thought that was for the both of us," and you said, "I'm not even sorry," what would that be?
I would say deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs. Okay.
Yep.
That's a curveball here. How many deviled eggs have you been able to put away in one sitting? Be honest.
Well, probably being honest, probably like 4 to 5.
Okay. All right.
I'm not being gluttonous, but they are a guilty pleasure.
All right. Deviled eggs. Well, with all of her answers, except for that one, unless she saw it on the Food Network, it had to do with there being a TV show, audiobook, or documentary, including Ireland. So with that being said, Gabby Holko leading a team that is 10-1. She'll tell you, even though she's the head coach, it's her staff and it's her student athletes, it's the alumni and the support. So thank you to Susquehanna University for being a village that is all working in the same direction, because a Riverhawk should never have to fly alone. With that being said, Miss Holko, I appreciate you. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, and you have my word that you will be on this show very soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. That coming once again from Gabby Holko here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. 10-1 inside of the Landmark Conference, and a fantastic matchup coming up very soon in just after that Lycoming game with the University of Scranton. And we're excited to hear and see what happens in that game. We'll take a step aside here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets that thing called life. And when we come back, we have our special inside of our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Binghamton University. Gene Marshall, the athletics director of Binghamton, will be joining me to speak on 2025 with a year in review and take a look at 2026. Everything in this conversation has to do with Binghamton as a greater community, and all I can say, without saying much, is you don't want to miss it. And now a message from Myers Creek Brewing Company, with locations at their Cazenovia Farm Brewery, Syracuse Inner Harbor Tap Room, and soon-to-be Lake Placid Tap Room.
Well, I think first and foremost, the Feldmeyer family and our team are extremely passionate about what we do. We care very much about what we do. The Feldmeyer family is always investing. Our taproom management team, our brew management team, our marketing management team, and all of the team members that get after it every day, they leave it on the field. They put their heart and soul into it. I know for a fact that everyone that works at Myers Creek wants to be there, and we want them to be there. You know, we want them to feel good about their job. And again, if you've never been to a Myers Creek, especially to the brewery, I mean, I want your eyes to open really big. I want you to see how big of a brand this is. I want you to see where we're going. The sky is the limit, and I feel very proud of that, and I'm very excited about that. When you think of designing a menu for a brewery, it's kind of open to a lot of different interpretations. I mean, you can do American, you can do Asian, you can do Italian, and you just have to find, you know, how that meets that pub style dining experience, that gastropub vibe. And I think it's super fun for us because obviously we know that, you know, everyone in the world's going to sell a pizza or a burger or a french fry, but what can we do to be different? And what can we do to be true to who we are? We are a brewery, you know, a brew pub. So the flavor profiles are kind of all over the place. And I think it's super cool that we have a massive smoker at the brewery in Cazenovia, and we smoke a lot of our products. A delicious smoked turkey. We have barbecue ribs on Sundays. From a pulled pork sandwich to a chicken wing, you go to the Inner Harbor and you go to the Caz location and you'll find similarities in the menu, but also things that are a little different and also kind of fit those different demographics or different communities, and also hopefully just drive you to try every tap room that we have open at some point, because you get a little something different at each one. You know, we understand how hard it is to, you know, work every day and get after it every day, and when you're done at the end of your day, you want to go out and put your feet up in a good ambiance and good environment. So we take pride in that. We make sure that everyone knows that they're very much valued to us.
Here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside the Great Lakes Honda City Studios. Great Lakes Honda City coming to you on 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. They're open for sales and service Monday through Saturday. You can get a sneak peek of all that they have to offer, including Happy Honda Days, by going to GreatLakesHondaCity.com. I am picture in picture with the one and only Gene Marshall here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside of our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Binghamton University. We have the opportunity to have a moment with Marshall and to also bring you the Bearcat Break Room throughout the year. We've under-promised and over-delivered on how many of those Bearcat specials you've had, but that's because there's been so many awesome student athletes and coaches, and I think you're okay with that, Gene, right? That I gotta get them all out here, get them all on the stage. So we're here with the athletics director of Binghamton University, one of my favorite people in the business, Mr. Marshall. How we doing?
Good morning, and thank you it's always good to have you talk about our student athletes and our coaches because they are the best in the business. So I don't mind being upstaged by them.
So yeah, and I know we've talked about it before where you said make it about them. So
Yeah.
I always want to make sure I spend some time with you, but I know that you said defer to them, give them the opportunity. But I thought this was a perfect time as we're coming to the end of 2025 to take a look at a year in review. And in the spring of 2025 we had multiple champions come out of Binghamton University. So I just love to speak with you about how we ended last academic year, started this one, but essentially with that started the new year off in 2025 with a lot of hardware for these wonderful Bearcats.
Yes. Swimming, men's swimming won their championship again. They did a great job. Uh, Coach Kaminsky has really 3 out of the last 5 years. I mean, I think he's top of the heap when it comes to swim coaches. The ladies are doing better. They're really starting to pick up, so that's going there. Baseball and softball. I mean, I can't say enough about Coach Zanicki, who had pitching issues with the arms and people getting hurt and just kind of limping through the season. I didn't know how he was able to do it, but he did. And then to get in the playoffs and make a run. It's just a true credit to coaches, the coaching staff, and more importantly, the student athletes, because they never gave up, they never backed down, they never packed it in, and they went on to win a championship. And the softball team, from start to finish, really were in first place, and they picked up from last year and just kind of ran the table and won the championship. So Jess Bump and her staff and the student athletes were super. And, track, they did a pretty good job. And then we go to men's tennis.
Yeah.
Back to back. Nick does a great job with his team. And they just started slow, injuries, and just kind of getting the rust off of winning the championship and just kind of methodically move their way through. Will Benny, who was a junior last year, but a senior this year, said to me as they were heading out to New Jersey that they were going to win another championship. So he held true to his word, and I got there just in time to see him win. So proud of all of our student athletes, but definitely in the spring. We didn't win the Commissioner's Cup, but we finished third, which was strong, which is our goal, is to stay in that top three, and we want to make sure that we're in contention to win. And so with that, I'm extremely proud of our student athletes and our coaches.
Yeah, and like you said, and painting a wonderful picture of what that spring looked like and the positivity, back-to-back Commissioner Cups going into this past academic year, and then to finish in the top three. So 3 straight top 3 finishes that included 2 winnings of that Commissioner's Cup, which is huge. And I mean, Gene, when you came in, like you said, you wanted to build a championship culture, and that went far beyond the pools and tracks and courts and fields of life, that they have to do it in the classroom, they have to do it in the community. But you tasked your coaches and your student athletes and really your staff to have this championship culture. What has that looked like, and how have you seen it develop into hopefully what you were hoping it to be?
I think it's a work in progress still, but we've made great strides. We still have some more culture to develop,
yeah,
and sustain it. We still have some programs that we have to work with. And it's just a matter of circumstances. We've had injuries. I'm extremely proud of our women's volleyball team, who new players, transfer portal, and then injuries, and they made it to the playoffs, although they lost in the semifinals. but the fact that they were able to hang in there. Cross country, the men had their best performance in years and finished in second, and the women finished in third. I mean, and then you go to women's soccer. First place regular season.
Yeah.
Lost in the semifinals, so we have to get over that hump. But the fact that they were able to come back, and again, 3 out of the last 4 years, 3 out of the last 5 years, we finished first in the regular season. So part of that championship culture is breaking down those barriers from the semifinals to the finals to the championship. But I think we have the right people to do that. Women's basketball is off to a great start, 7-4, really doing well. Coach Grimes has really got this team playing up-tempo, pressing defense and getting down the floor, spreading them out, going to the basket or shooting threes, and it's working. Men's basketball is struggling, and when you have 6 players out for almost the first month of the year, you get 1 back, you get 2 back, and then somebody else gets hurt again, and you have 4 players, including 2 starters, out for the rest of the season with season-ending injuries. So what you have to do is continue to push, continue to prod and work. And I think that Coach Sanders and his staff is doing that. And the student athletes are trying. So, part of the winning culture is overcoming adversity. And I think we're doing that. We've done an excellent job in the classroom. The academic progress report, which will be reported officially in the spring, 15 out of our 21 sports got 1,000 on the academic progress report, which is 1 better than last year and 2 better than 2 years ago. So we are winning championships in the classroom. We had about 37 of our student athletes have a 4.0.
Yeah.
You got over 60%, 3.5 or better. So, I mean, we're doing it in the classroom. We still do $2,300 of community service. And we're raising funds. Thanks to the wonderful support of our anonymous donor, we were able to get $22 million in endowed scholarships, athletic scholarships. We were able to qualify for a 50% match of state funds, which was another $11 million. So we have $33 million for new endowed scholarships, 40 in number, for our team to spread out so that we could help them have more scholarships to go out and get the best and the brightest. We have starting recently, the outdoor track, the Visions outdoor track, is starting construction. So that renovation process is taking place. It started December 1.
Yeah.
And hopefully by August it'll be done. Then we have, after commencement, they're going to redo the event center, new bleachers, new gym floor, new track, and new synthetic surface. So that should be done by the end of December. So we are still building and renovating and trying to put programs in place. We're also working on a relationship with the Green and White group, which is a fundraising arm that helps with NIL. Since we opted out, we're not part of the collective.
Yeah.
So any support that has to happen has to come outside of the university, which is okay. We have a lot of great people in the Green and White that are supporting us. And that's kind of what we've been doing as we finish up 2025 and excitingly look to 2026.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on at Binghamton University, and I feel like there's always so much for you and I to speak on. And as I told you, for years, even before you got to Binghamton, I saw something there, and there was value to me. And then getting to talk with some of the coaches and having them on the show, and being around the student athletes and being in the community and having extended family there that just really cares about the Southern Tier and the Binghamton area and all of that, kind of surrounding area as well, Endicott and Endwell and whatnot. I mean, for me, it was easy to say there's value here. And then to see, and I say this all the time, when it comes to coaches and student athletes, Gene, they always impress me and they leave individual imprints. I have I sit down with anybody and we have this story and I hear their story and nobody's exactly the same. Everybody has a unique play in this, but what bonds them all together is they talk about how they're challenged scholastically at Binghamton University. They talk about how hard it is in a good way. They discuss being a part of their teams, the coaches that they have, the experiences they've had. They're good people. They say hi. I'll be on campus and I'll be doing an event over here and somebody that's not a part of that sport will come over and say, oh, I saw you and I didn't want to bother your interview, but I wanted to say hi. And, there's something to be said about as much as this world has grown and changed and evolved at times and devolved at times, we see something at Binghamton University that stays the same, and that's relationships, positive culture, building each other up, challenging each other, asking the best out of everybody, and making sure that you take the experience, the time that you have, and you do something with it. And as my family would always say, make something of yourself and the moments you have. So I can say that as much as this world has changed, what I love most about Binghamton is you always take time to shake my hand and see how I'm doing. So do the coaches, so do the student athletes, so does your staff. And I feel welcome when I'm there, and I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Well, your family. So your family, we try to create a family type atmosphere here. The student athletes are something special. And, we try to support them in every way we can. I mean, budget wise, apparel, uniform wise, Dennis Kalina has done an excellent job of negotiating a great agreement with Nike and BSN to provide us with the necessary apparel and shoes that we need to be successful. And so I think the young men and women that are on our teams feel that, feel the support, feel the love that we're trying to provide. But there's also an expectation.
Yeah.
And I think they feel that expectation. But it's not just about winning games. It's about getting ready and preparing for life. Because if they are successful here academically, athletically, and community-wise, they will be successful professionally and family-wise. And so I want them to want to win in everything they do, because once they leave here and go out in the real world, when you lose, you get fired. And so we try to help them along those ways and have fun in what you're doing. I wouldn't be in this business for over 40 years if I didn't love what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I think the student athletes see that, the coaches see that, the staff sees that. And so I think that we try to translate that into our student athletes so that they feel it and they carry it on and they dig down deep. So I think it's a good time. That's what we do. President Stenger left a lasting legacy as a president. He helped to get us going in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I can't thank him enough for all that he's done, not only for me, but for this athletic department. With that being said, we're excited to have Ann DeLeva as our new president, who is very supportive of all university activities, including athletics, but understands where athletics fits in the overall scope of the university. I think people may be misled as to the fact that she is supportive of athletics, and she is, but she understands where it fits in. And I think that's the thing that's most important. It's not that it's any higher than before, but she understands where we fit in the grand scheme of the university. We've been extremely successful working with the faculty through the help of Provost Hall and our faculty athletic representative, Nadine. I think that's how you work. We're all tied in together. And then the support that we receive from facilities and student affairs and advancement, that's how we put this team together to be successful. So I do believe that good times are ahead under the leadership of President Believer, and we're in a good place.
Yeah, and you led right into it. Speaking on what Harvey Stanger did, and the legacy that he leaves, and then Ann DeLiva coming in and what she brings to the table. Going through that, there is that bittersweetness, right, of saying Harvey will always stay in touch. I appreciate what you've done. He involved himself in athletics. That's how I met him and had the opportunity to talk with him when we had the Commissioner Cup celebration last year. And then you have Ann DeLiva coming in, and the question is always, if we're moving in the right direction here, are we going to keep going under this new president? If there's something that maybe could have been better, are we going to pick this up and carry the ball forward, so to speak? So of these few months that you've had with Ann, what do you see that gives you that positive reinforcement that what Harvey built is going to continue to be built upon by Ann, and that she cares about these student athletes, she cares about what it means to be a Bearcat, about these coaches, and about what you're looking to do leadership-wise as the athletic director?
I think that's a great question. I think part of it is because of what Harvey did before he left. Athletics became a interwoven into the fabric of the university. And also with President DeLiva coming from UConn, where athletics was important, but it was an important part of the university structure. So there, although it's the Big East and a lot of other things, it's still an academic institution, and academics comes first. So she understands where it fits in. She has ideas. And so what we're going to do is the things that are going well will continue. And there may be some things that she thinks that we might need to adjust. So we'll adjust them. But I think it's in the whole premise of better serving our student athletes, being the front porch of the university, because this podcast, other live streams, TV broadcast, it's a marketing infomercial of Binghamton University. I mean, if you think about it, we have 13 linear games on SNY, from men's soccer, women's soccer, volleyball, men's basketball, women's basketball. That was in the fall.
Yeah.
So you can't beat that. And so we have a lot of alumni downstate and in New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I mean, they get to see us, and we're still on ESPN Plus, and we still do a great deal with that. But I think we want to use athletics to catch people's eye and talk about all the great things that we do at Binghamton University, from our exceptional students, over 18,000 of them, to our exceptional faculty and our exceptional staff. And we can use athletics as a way of marketing that and championing that and showing that to everybody. So I think it's a win-win. I think we have a great president that just came in. We had a great president that just left. And I think that, everything is on and upward for Binghamton University and Bearcat Athletics.
Yeah, I mean, and to your point, when we tell the stories here, we're not talking about simply wins and losses. We're talking about life. We're speaking on the journey of why these student athletes chose Binghamton either as a transfer or as a true freshman. We're talking with coaches that this is their alma mater and they've come back to it. So the greater message of Binghamton University, to your point, is told through Binghamton Bearcat Athletics.
Yes, and I think that we can tell the message, we can send it. We use these various platforms, and that's why it was very important to have the relationship with you, because it's not only someone giving or telling our story, but it's a family member telling our story. So it's a little different, and you don't get that everywhere. So I think that we're onward and upward. We have a lot of ideas, a lot of plans for 2026. And we want to make sure, look at the campus, all the construction that's going on.
Yeah.
We're building buildings, we're building dormitories. We're trying to accommodate these very talented young men and women that come to school here. And so I think that if you look at where Binghamton's trajectory is, and how it's going to go even higher and get even better. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited about what the future holds, but I'm also excited about what we're doing now. And so it's been a great 2025. I think 2026 is going to be even better. And I think that some of the sports that we have challenges in, people are going to have to be patient because Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
Programs didn't get bad overnight, and sometimes they don't get good overnight. It takes work, persistence, and being together.
Yeah. And, and I appreciate all your kind words and you saying that I'm family because, that's something that means the world to me. I know it means a lot to, my extended grandpa family, not my biological grandpa, but a grandpa nonetheless, Grandpa Bill up in heaven. I know you said last time you were on the show, you said, you know what, I see some stuff behind you and you got all these things in your studio, you need to get a B. Well, thanks to Nick
I
Zazula.
see the B. I see the B.
Yeah. So
I got it. I got it. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
That's hanging all the time. So thanks to Nick Zazula. I said to him, I said, man, what do you got for? Or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Nick. Nick gave me the shirt. My apologies on that. That wasn't from Nick. This actually came from Paul Marco.
He likes those scarves.
Yeah. So Nick provided me a shirt when I came in to usher in 2025-26, and then Paul Marco, I said to him, I was like, hey, if you know of a scarf or is there one that I could buy in the shop or something like that? He goes, buy one. He goes downstairs and he brings it up to me and hands it to me. And if you know Paul, it's hard for him to part with any scarf. So the fact that this is in my studio means a lot.
Oh, I know. You must be special.
Yeah, I was like, that's not moving. I nailed it to the wall, Gene. You can't take it out of here. So.
No, you can't. No, that's great, and I appreciate it. And that's what we try to do. What you're doing and how you're doing it is just the epitome of what we're trying to accomplish, and having a family type atmosphere, getting the word out, and letting people know the good things that we do. I think for many years, Binghamton University has been the best kept secret from an academic standpoint, from a philanthropic standpoint, from a research standpoint, and from an athletic standpoint. We do like $78 million of research. It's phenomenal, and nobody knows. So to me, these venues are a way to kind of brag about our great institution. Yes, talk about our athletes, talk about our coaches, my staff, the president, but more importantly, the faculty, the staff, and the other student population. Our student government supports the athletic program 1,000%. They are at everything, and they are supportive. So, I mean, you can't beat this place for what athletic means to them and how we in turn help our young kids in the community to look at college, to look at, we're the pro team to them. And they look at us, our student athletes, as role models. And our young men and women take it seriously and they work with them. And they all may not come to Binghamton to go to college, but they will go to college somewhere because they want to be like the Bearcat student athletes that they know and love.
Yeah, and I mean, I appreciate, like you said, I mean, the family approach, what it is, and just, I mean, you and I, when we sat and we met and we talked about working together, the majority of our conversation in your office was about how we parallel and what we care about, morals, values, life, community, faith, belief in God, you know, leadership. It was about two people getting to know each other and what our plans are and our visions for our future, and then linking up in that respect. And that was, I mean, to me, that's one of my favorite and a very unique thing, is that I can't say that every meeting is sitting there with somebody and it's like, well, tell me who you are, because by knowing who you are, I'm going to know if this makes sense, and I'm going to know if you can help us with this message of how we want to carry this across. So, you know, I was excited to work with Binghamton. I was excited to talk with you. I loved the opportunity and that you gave me the time. And I tell the men and women all the time now, I was like, man, I was really looking forward to covering Binghamton and doing this special partnership, but it's been more than what I thought I was going to even get, because these student athletes and these coaches have really, truly, every single time we've talked, they've touched me in some kind of way, and I root for them. And you get to hear from families, and you know, you have, oh, my mom saw it and she said she's going to make this for you and this and that. I mean, there's just something to be said about the fact that we're building a greater community, and it's so much more than simply what shows up in the win-loss column.
And the other thing is, I'm trying to get our programs and our coaches, they are the face of their programs, not me. In the beginning, yes. But now they've established themselves, and I think they're the best spokespersons for their programs, as well as the student athletes. So with that being said, now they understand. So they get a chance to talk with you. They get a chance to tell you how their program is, how it's going. And they need to learn, because they're the CEO of their program. And so they need to get used to speaking about it. They get used to talking to the media, but also talking to family members about it. And by talking to you, that's what they're doing. And it gets out. You have a popular show, whether you know it or not. Everybody seems to like your show, not just at Binghamton, but around, because people watch it. And whether you're down in Florida, or whether you're at Buffalo, or whether you're in your studio in Syracuse, or whether you're dealing with the ACC, you know, they know. And so, you know, we're fortunate to have this rock star in our midst, and so we enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate those words, Gene, but I send them right back to you, because I appreciate the fact that I get to work with you. Even when I have to come up at the Dome and I have to interrupt you from talking to my guy Herm Frazier to say hello.
You know, we go back 35 years.
Yeah, that man, I mean, he's been all over the place. You've been all over the place. And so it's crazy. It's fun. But I told you that I think, and I put up a video too, that when I was at the Dome that day, I had a zip up on, and underneath my zip up was all green. So
yeah. No, you got. I understand, but yeah, he and I are old friends, and it was good we talked, but it was good to see each other.
Yeah, and so before we get into rapid fire, and like I said, I appreciate all the words, and I send them back to you tenfold, Gene, because I appreciate the fact that we've connected, and you're one of the people, listen, as busy as you are and everything you got going on, I don't know if there's a time where I have texted you or reached out to you where I didn't see a message come right back. And even if it was a thumbs up or a thank you or something, it was like, hey, I saw it, I acknowledged it, I'm connecting, and I don't think there's ever been a single special we've done with the Bearcats on Wake Up Call where you have not been on every single one of them, supporting my show, supporting your student athletes, your coaches, your administration. So to everything you said to me, I'm going to throw it back to you and say, if you think I'm a rock star, well, I guess you're going to have to share the stage with me and grab a guitar, my friend.
Well, my mother always taught me to respond. So I probably missed all of the things that she told me, but I got a few things right.
I feel you. My mom would say the same thing. So let's get into two quick things here. We're going to get into rapid fire, but not before we talk about, you keep saying that you're happy with everything that's happened, but you're very excited about what's going on right now, and you think 2026 is going to be even better. So what is happening right now beyond what we've spoken about that you're really, really excited about, and what makes you believe that 2026 we'll see our Bearcats do what they've been doing, and I love seeing, which is trending upward?
Well, I think the constructions that are going to take place, both indoor and outdoor, the event center and the Visions outdoor track. I think the scholarships that the coaches are able to use this year, but they won't really take effect until next year.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to recruit more talented young men and women. And so that will help us. And then some of the programs that we have challenges, I think the scholarships will help. We're also in the midst of hiring a new head strength coach and bringing in an assistant strength coach. We're doing a search for that too. So that's going to help us prepare our student athletes a little bit better. So that's what I'm excited about. And then, when President DeOliva we get together, we can map out some of the things that we're going to do in the latter part of 2026. But I think that's the biggest thing. You look January of 2027, you'll have a new outdoor track, a new indoor facility, renovated, one of the best courts. We'll have an indoor track done, bleachers done, the synthetic surface done. It'll be a destination campus, and our goal is to continue to be a destination campus.
Yeah, and I love it. And folks, seriously, if you have not, this campus will blow you away. I have seen more construction on this campus than I've seen in other D1, Power 4, whatever you want to call it, institutions. There has been a lot of consistent work. It's incredible. And I will say this, and I said it to the baseball team, that locker room for the Binghamton Bearcats baseball team reminded me immediately of the Orlando Magic's locker room in the NBA at the Amway Center, which is now the Kia Center. As soon as I walked in there, I pictured interviewing Dwight Howard at his locker. I don't even know. There's not enough words. And you know what my favorite parts is, and this goes unnoticed, Gene, is when you go into the baseball facility and you got all the training area and everything. When you walk into that facility, there are meeting rooms where you can touch the glass or something on the side wall and it blurs the glass. And I'm like, I need to have meetings like that because part of my heritage, Gene, is Italian, and sometimes we have to blur. So
yeah. You're right.
Yeah. I just love it. I love that.
It makes the student athletes feel special. The indoor facility is the best, and I think it was very helpful last year, thanks to our anonymous donor. It was very helpful in both softball and baseball.
Yeah.
Practicing when the weather was inclement. I know most people think that up here is sunshine and 70 degrees every day, but that helped us.
Yeah.
And it helps in recruiting. So I'm excited about what's ahead. and we just keep moving along.
Absolutely. So let's jump into it. Rapid fire here. You and I get to put each other on the hot seat. Gene doesn't know my questions. I don't know his. Any topic, any question. Gene, you get to ask the first one. What do you got?
Let's see, Jacksonville or Buffalo?
Man. Well, I've been in Jacksonville all day, every day. I got a whole Jacksonville part of the studio right off camera, so I'm on the Jaguars. It's funny though, Gene, because I feel like you've experienced this before. When your team is doing bad, everybody talks, but when your team's doing good, all of a sudden everybody forgot their tongue. So nobody's saying anything to me right now about the Jaguars that much. So I will shout out Alan Griffin, assistant coach for Syracuse basketball. Him and I built a friendship over the last decade plus. And I said something to him. I go, hi. I said, what's going on, man? My Jaguars, like, you're quiet. And he looked at me. He's like, what? I said, you're going to tell me that they're bad this year? He's like, they're still going to lose in the first round of the playoffs. I'm like, man, you just can't say good job.
They're haters. You got to understand how haters are. That's
That's how it is. But no, my Jaguars are doing well. I'm a Jaguar. I do sympathize with Buffalo. I do cheer for Buffalo when they're not playing my Jags. But, I'm a Jaguar through and through. All right, Gene.
I got you on that.
Since I cover the college football playoff, and by the grace of God and some wonderful, amazing relationships and networking and just beautiful people that God's put me in the path of, I've had the opportunity, like crossing paths with you, to meet some tremendous people and get to cover some wonderful, wonderful events. I want to know from you if you watch the college football playoff and if you think you know who's going to take it all.
Well, I've watched some of them. I don't have an idea who's going to, take over or who's going to win it. I just don't. My sister-in-law is an Alabama fan. So at my granddaughter's first birthday party over the weekend, we were talking. And, Alabama fans were ready to throw Coach Bball out in the first quarter when they were down 17-0. And so I just said, who are you going to get? Bill Belichick? I don't know. There's a lot of drama in all of these.
Yeah.
100%. You take the Ole Miss situation with Lane Kiffin, and as much as he wins, LSU is going to pay him the bonuses. So he's got his whole staff trying to win. I don't know. So one of the things I've learned as a coach and an AD, we are poor selectors of champions.
Well, I will say this to you. Shout out to your granddaughter's first birthday. What's her first name?
Isabella.
So shout out to Isabella and a happy birthday to you. And to her mother, I'm going to say this to you right now. I know how Alabama works. I know y'all wanted to fire Kalen DeBoer last year. In his first year, you ought to fire him again. And I was told by an Alabama fan, if we don't win a national championship, it's a bad season. So I understand, but listen, it must be nice is all I'm going to say. It must be nice. All right, Gene.
If they fire him, he's going to have $90 million.
That's right. Hey, listen, some people aspire to be an SEC coach and get fired after 3 years and have generational money. So
exactly. It's not a bad gig.
No. So what's your next one for me, Gene?
I'll make it easy this time.
Okay.
How do you think New England's going to finish?
Man, I actually predicted before last year. So 2 off seasons ago, I said that the Patriots, in the terrible, terrible mistake of the Tennessee Titans firing Mike Vrabel, I said that he should be the head coach of the Patriots. And some guy found my post of this over a year ago, and when he was made the head coach, he was like, "Oh, look at this, da, da, da." And I was like, "Yeah, he should be." And obviously, he's doing well. And I covered Drake May in college, covering the ACC in North Carolina. Got to speak with Drake, and I also said I thought he would have a better second season. So I think New England's in really good shape. I think Jacksonville and Denver was the tale of the two best defenses, arguably in the country, and Jacksonville beat them on the road by more than one score. So I think it's honestly Jacksonville is a dark horse. I know they're not going to get a lot of credit, but I think they're definitely a team to beat. They beat Denver, who's currently at the top, and I think New England, to answer your question, is one of the arguable top two teams, and I could see them making it to the AFC Championship game. I do think that there's a lot of good happening in New England, and I think they got the right coach.
Yep.
So my question back to you. All right, Mr. Marshall, you and I are going to have dinner, and we're going to sit down with two other seats at our table. These are people from the sports and entertainment world. Who are you and I having dinner with, and why?
I think probably I would say Don King,
Okay.
and I would say Jim Boeheim.
Okay.
And Don King, because I'm going to try to get some money from him to give to Binghamton.
I like it.
And Jim Boeheim, because I'd like to hear him whine about my former coach, Jim Calhoun.
I like that. I respect it. That would be fun. I've wanted to meet Don King. I think I have 1 degree of separation from me to him right now. So I'd love to meet Don and talk to him. And Jim, I've had the opportunity of speaking with just, him and I in his office. And we did a lot of interviews where it was just me and him one-on-one and not in a room full of people. So I do appreciate that. I always say that I'm one of the few people that I shouldn't say I'm one of the few people, but I know I'm one of the people that Boeheim has never yelled at. So we seem to know how to talk to each other, and I understand him and kind of what he looks to. So I would appreciate that. If it's Boeheim, I know we have to go to a steakhouse because that man's out there eating good. So what's your last question for me, Gene?
What's your thoughts about, and I keep it football, what's your thoughts about Chiefs and their little swoon right now?
Yeah, I think at some point, right, every dynasty has adversity. I mean, that's life. That's your challenge. I don't think it takes anything away from what Andy Reid's built or what Pat Mahomes has done or Travis Kelce. Am I going to miss Taylor Swift on the television during the NFL playoffs? No. But as no offense to her, Swiftie fans, don't get weird. But if I want to see her concert, I'll go to it. And so I think, listen, the changing of the guard has got to happen at some point. Kelce was in the league for a bunch of years before Pat Mahomes, and there's got to be some kind of shifting around there, and they got to figure out what they want to be for the future. I do hope the best for them. I think it's funny when people forget, they're like, is the dynasty over? I'm like, no, the dynasty lives in history forever. It's just that they're not winning right now. So you can't take away the past. And I know people live in a microwave society sometimes, but, I like that the NFL this year, literally anybody in the NFC, anybody in the AFC, the Carolina Panthers are better. The Bucs are still relevant. The Jaguars are good. The Broncos are good. The Patriots are good. The Colts have been all right. The Ravens have been down. I told everybody the Steelers were going to make it with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they're going to make it. But Andy Reid is still a great coach, and they will be back. So, I mean, I don't, I like the way he coaches. Yeah. And I think they'll be back.
No, and I will say this too, and I agree with you. I think Andy Reid's a great coach. Mistake for Philly to get rid of him. And the guy who I never, ever want to hear about being fired is a guy who has the right to leave whenever he pleases, and that's Mike Tomlin. And hopefully people have understood that now, that with Aaron Rodgers, look at where they are, and the Jets just couldn't seem to get anywhere with him. So, go ahead.
That's fans.
Yeah.
They, and he understood it, and he handled it better than most coaches. He just let it run off his back and just did his thing.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. What do I say? Outside noise by definition belongs outside.
Right.
So my last question for you, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall. Well, it's the Christmas and holiday season. I want to know the best gift you've ever given and the best gift you've ever received.
Best gift I've ever given. I don't know, because my wife usually handles the gifts for the kids. And so they're all happy.
Okay.
So I guess they're pretty good. The best gift that I've received is really spending Christmas with them. And having everybody at the house, and because everybody's in sports, and at times they were playing, coaching, and just the fact that we can get everybody there when my parents were living, that was Christmas for me. And my siblings were around. So it's not about what I received monetarily. It's the fact that I was able to spend it with my family and do family things. So that's what the biggest gifts. And at my age and stage right now, it's really not about what I'm receiving, but it's what I'm given and what I receive by seeing them. So that's where I am. I've never been good at receiving gifts. I always feel comfortable on the giving end.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I love Christmas shopping because I love, showing people that I hear them, that I remembered, that I care, and that, I could do something that's always unique and special. That's what matters to me, is to be unique. And I mean, you just said exactly how I feel. It's not about the monetary or material gift that can be given. The gift is actually the person that's giving it.
Yep.
So
I agree.
Gene Marshall here with us, and thanks to the wonderful support, promotion, and you gave a smile to Gene today, Paul Marco, for that giant V that's back there hanging out here. Yep. I love it. I was like, I can't even wear it, Paul, because I got to keep it in the studio. But
that's right. But, perfect. Perfect.
I appreciate everything, Gene. Appreciate your kind words. Appreciate our relationship on and off the air. And I actually owe you a fireside chat because we've talked about going to get food, and we need to definitely do that. But I very much thank you for your time, for your positivity, your kindness, and for the opportunity to bring to life something that I really do care about, which is supporting these Bearcats.
Well, thank you. Happy holidays to you and your family. And I always see the post of you and your dad, so I always try to comment on that because that's special. And try to get some downtime.
Yeah, that's what mom and dad tell. My dog is like, hey, if you don't get some downtime, I'll make you get some downtime. So she keeps me with it. Lily's good on that. But Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and God bless to you and your entire family, Gene.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you.
This is Jim Dispenza, owner of Game Point Sports Complex. You hear the same story across any sport that kids play and any sport that adults play. There's never enough places to play. That was definitely true with volleyball, definitely true with basketball. It could be cheerleading, it could be field hockey, which is what we're seeing now. Every sport has a lack of places to play, and I think Syracuse in particular is a place where it's really bad. Despite the fact that we've got a lot of athletic talent around here, we just seem to have not enough places for people to play, and they're going to different places. They're going to Rochester, they're going to, Buffalo. They're going all different places because we don't have a place here, and I felt like that should change. This was a long project from planning all the way through execution to opening the doors. A lot of work went into it, obviously a lot of money, a lot of resources, and the dream always was kids being in the gym, having a good time. And I've always felt like sports is the most unfiltered joy that you can observe with people, that people can experience, because it is fun, it is a sense of accomplishment, it's all of that wrapped into one thing. And so watching kids going up and down the court with big smiles on their faces has been just amazing experience. I'm looking forward to years to come of that same thing. We've taken the time to invest in multiple sports, and then what we're finding is the mere fact that we have a large, clean, well-lit space has opened a lot more doors for us beyond basketball, volleyball, pickleball. Now we're having some interest from cheerleading. We've got girls field hockey coming in, and then also there's quite a bit of room for spectators. We've got bleachers, we've got benches, we've got a concession lounge where people can get food and drinks. We're going to have multiple sports going at the same time, using every square inch of this place for what it was conceived for, which is basically people to come in, have a good time in the sport that they prefer. We manage each situation differently. Everybody has different ability to afford different things. Some are bringing 10, 15 people, some are just 2 people. I've had a lot of situations where it's a father shooting around with his son, it's a mother playing pickleball with her daughter or with her son, and in those situations come up and we work with people, and that's allowed us to have groups from 2 people up to 30 people and have some flexible pricing behind it. We're an organization that is here to work with the community any way we can, and I guess part of it is just making sure that we have the flexibility to put together a plan that makes sense regardless of the size of your group. So in order to book time, the best option is to go to our website, gamepointsports-syr.com. You can click from there and sign up for events, sign up for your own particular training, sign up for birthday parties, all of that.
Godson Noah opening his first ever pack of cards at GG Cards and Breaks, given to him by Mr. Josh Gideon.
And we're gonna get something sweet.
Let's see what we get. I'm zooming in. Who we got?
Yeah, I've seen people some crazy
Who's
stuff.
that? That's a Scuba. That's a Gladiator. It's a unique pack. Canine. That's cool.
Maxed out.
Yeah.
Thorn.
I think they look cool. I'm not the kind of guy that plays.
So there you go.
Stuff.
You got one that's
So,
a little refractor there.
oh, nice. Let me see that. Oh, that's sweet.
It's
We
the Macho.
definitely sleeve that guy up.
It's the Battle Arena.
Crystal ball.
Macho first.
So this is like a game. Oh look, that's what you had for dinner. You got a hot dog. Alright, this is pack number 2 for Noah. Can you get it? You want to get it?
I'm trying. Wait.
And then just hold it.
I'm trying not to bend it.
Yeah. There you go. Did you get it? You got it?
I got
Look at
it.
you. Alright, let's see what we got.
Scary. Collapser.
Oh, those are cool.
Spell camp. Scuba. Cupid.
Oh, that's the coolest one that we've had so far.
Oh, that looks sick.
Can we show that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, it's Ashton Genti, right? Yeah, I think that's who that is.
Genetic, yeah.
Huh.
That's a
Now we have
that is,
that corner.
Alright, Noah, you got your
you can flip it
Topps
around.
Finest X-Men 97. Let's see.
I got Professor X.
Okay.
Let's see.
I got one
Ooh. Oh, it's numbered. Ooh, look at that.
26 out of 97.
Whoa, dude, 26 out of 97. Beast blue color match. Blue team jersey match. Yo.
Sebastian Saar.
That is pretty cool, dude.
Trish Tilby. And
Oh,
then
that's Masters. That kind of looks like the old basketball cards.
and then it's
Alright,
also
this is your second X-Men pack.
ooh,
You already pulled a very rare card. What do you got here?
Destroyer's Finest.
Do it again, dude.
Ultimate. I got a
Cyclops, that's my dude.
What's this
I
one?
got an uncanny.
Ooh, it's a die cut. Oh no, it's not. It's just a blue refractor on Kenny.
Previously in X-Men. That's cool.
Ooh, it's another short print, dude. You pulled both of your packs have had the short print cards.
And then I have a
Yeah, I like that too. It
And
makes
both
it a
of them
lot
were
easier.
uncanny. See,
and
this
then
is yours.
yeah, and then I got a
Ooh, a refractor? Or is, I can't tell. Or is it's just a chrome. Gotcha.
Who was that?
That's Jubilee.
Miss Jubilee.
Jubilee.
wow, I really got two good
Dude,
cards.
yeah.
Alright, Noah, you've only gotten good things.
Yeah.
What do you got for your third pack of Topps Finest?
Knowing
X-Men
his luck,
97.
he's going to continue.
I got a
Oh, he got another uncanny.
Yeah.
He has 3 uncannies now.
I have an uncanny Wolverine.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He got 3 uncannies.
Yeah.
All Ultimates Accidental.
What was that
It's
one?
a short print.
Vulcan?
How is that? I mean, I'll say the uncanny say short print, but I don't know how short printed they
Okay,
are.
you got it all.
Vulcan.
And who's that?
Pop.
They're kind of different colors.
This came with the set of Grow Wilth. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Okay.
So now this is the pack. So
See what we got in the pack.
here's one. These want to open.
Got some help.
What does red do? Red showed me another.
He bites it, but it's not good for your teeth.
My wait, I got
You get it? It's not easy. Because you want to protect the cards. You don't want to bend them. Here, you want me to help you?
yeah.
Right here. You hold this just right. There you go. You got me now. There we go. Alright, buddy. All you.
There we go. Alright, so we got Mangadarp.
Okay.
Who that is. We got Slowpoke.
Okay.
We
That's a cool
have,
looking card.
oh my gosh, I love this guy. Little-O.
Okay.
Like him. Rockruff.
Alright.
Studda-Wooda.
Studda-Wudda.
Yeah. This is Gresha, a trainer.
Okay.
Premacape. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Okay.
Murkrow.
Alright.
And then Charcadet.
Alright.
Then this one is a good one. A stage 2 Tinkon.
Alright, that's the shiny one that we got. Alright.
Basic energy. And 25 absolute football, 5 cards per pack.
Alright. This is your first ever football pack opening.
Yeah.
And this. Let's see what we got here.
Ooh.
What we got?
Harold Finnan Jr.
Oh, Harold Finnan Jr. That's a rookie. He's one of the best rookie tight ends in the country.
Jaheed Campbell.
Okay.
Chukba Harbard.
Oh, Chuba Hubbard, yeah. We got Chuba. Okay.
Las Vegas Raiders. Jacoby Myers.
Oh, Jacoby, he's a Jaguar now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And then Brees Hall.
And Brees Hall. All right.
Ooh, I see some more on the back.
Let's see what we got.
We got Jack Sawyer.
Oh, I covered him in college. He won a He was the one that won a national championship with Ohio State.
This guy, he's on my fantasy football team. Zay Flowers.
I like Zay. I interviewed him too.
Malik Neighbors.
Alrighty.
Garrett Wilson.
Okay, so you got the Jets and the Giants.
And then an OG one, Justin Jefferson.
There you go.
2025 high series football, one autograph per pack.
So no matter what, you're going to get your first autograph.
Yeah.
Of anything. Any sport, anything. Let's see what we got.
Alright, let's see here. Alright. We got Harold Finnan Jr.
You got another Harold Finnan. It's good. Got a college and a pro.
R.J. Harvey.
I like him. Denver Bronco, UCF.
Jake Brenningstool.
Okay.
Kai. I don't know who that is.
Kai Robichaux.
Kai Robichaux.
Okay.
Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, it's another guy.
Here's the autograph.
What we got?
Riley Leonard, quarterback.
No way! That's my friend! That's my buddy! That's sick! I have never gotten an autograph in here of anybody that I knew. You got Riley Leonard, Notre Dame. He went to the national championship game. This is actually a friend of mine. Shout out Riley, my godson got your autograph. That's incredible.
And then
That's crazy.
Kyron Lacey.
That's crazy.
And then these 4 WWE cards. We have Revolution Charlotte Flair, one of my favorites.
Yeah, so you got Miss Charlotte.
We got Queen Selena. This is definitely an old one. This is I know where this is 2022.
Okay.
When she was Queen of the Ring. This is another Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 34, when she faced Tiffany Stratton in Hollywood, and it's got a chrome pink background.
Charlotte Flair.
And then this is Shinsuke Nakamura SmackDown on SmackDown, and it's a cool
That's awesome.
yeah.
Hi, this is Amy from Mother's Cupboard, home of the whole frittata. We are open daily 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. For takeout orders, call 315-432-0942 and tune in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora for our monthly food challenge and try our Wake Up Call signature menu item available 7 days a week. Here at Mother's Cupboard, we are Central New York, and it's our honor to serve you.
Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory remind us that every day is worth celebrating at 201 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. Open Monday through Saturday in-store and always online at maandpaspopcorn.com. Serving our Central New York community and beyond, order anywhere, anytime at maandpaspopcorn.com. Stop in to get a tin at Ma and Pa's on 201 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York to get your half-price refills for the rest of your life. Come to Ma and Pa's for your holiday gift giving for family, friends, employees, and clients. And remember, for fundraising and events, to call 315-450-6272. That's 315-450-6272. Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory. How corny are you?
This is Jimmer Sikowski, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, right in front of the Home Depot. I had a deep feeling that God wanted me to do something bigger with my life and to help people, help others. I kept putting Chick-fil-A in my life, and I realized as I was going through the franchise selection process that positively impacting the lives of others was really core to what we do here at Chick-fil-A. First of all, it starts with the food. The food is brought in fresh daily. We bring in local produce. We prepare to order in the kitchen. We hand bread our chicken. We hand spin our milkshakes. It's great food. It doesn't taste like fast food. I think the second thing is the way people feel when they come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's different. We try to treat people with intentional kindness here, which is very different and deeper than good customer service. And so I think it feels remarkable for most people to come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. And then lastly, the impact that we try to have in the community is very different. It's a big part of the expectation of every operator of a Chick-fil-A restaurant is that they're actively engaged in their community, they're a leader in the community, and they're making a difference. When they realize that what we're striving to do is to shine a little light in their life, that's a very, very different experience than you will have in any other quick service restaurant. And it's that remarkable experience that I think people will emotionally connect with.
And a welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Happy to be here with you inside the Great Lakes Honda City Studios and getting to show you that awesome opportunity that I had with my godson to go and have a first. He had never gotten a sports card before, and I got to give him his first ever sports card, Alex Morgan. Shout out to Anthony Campbell in connection with GG Cards and Breaks for making that possible. And then he had never been to a sports card trading card shop, so GG Cards and Breaks is his first. He had never opened a pack inside of a box or just a regular pack of cards. He got to do both of those things. And now he has soccer, wrestling, football, X-Men, and that Battle Arena from Bo Jackson. He has all of those that he's brought home now. So we got to do a lot of firsts. I want to thank Josh Gideon. I want to thank Red. I want to thank GG Cards and Breaks in general. Red, very, very generous. Ended up buying Noah a pack of Pokemon. So that was a Pokemon that he opened. Josh did so many awesome things with the X-Men box as well as the Bo Jackson Battle Arena box. And yeah, so, I mean, GG Cards and Breaks is the only place. When you've never been to a sports card shop before, I want to bring you to the one place that you're going to want to keep coming back to. And it's great to be able to make that memory with Noah because my grandmother, my mom, going to George's Sports Cards growing up right off of North Salina Street as a kid, I'll always remember that. And so I'm hoping that, Noah will always remember this and we'll have plenty more memories when it comes to celebrating, just time together, quality time and being able to go to the sports card shop. I've never done a segment like that. I wanted it to be special. So I definitely send you my love, Noah. And of course, to the entire Roberts family. You're all family to me. To Johnny and Aaron, as well as Sequoia and Dakota. To Noah, Ari, to Remy, Bem's nose. Love Remy, their dog. And, of course, to your parents and your siblings and to everybody that's a part of the greater Roberts family and Rowley family as well. I send you all my love because you have welcomed me in as a member of your family, and it's a family that I am beyond words happy that I'm a part of. So I love you all, and shout out to my godson because he's awesome. So God bless you, buddy. Happy that we got to do that together. Let's do the ingredients to success, proudly presented by the wonderful team at Avicolli's. Today's topic, a family meal. How important is it to have a family meal? It's extremely important. I genuinely believe families that eat together are more healthy. I think that it's harder to break a family apart that dines together, that spends time together, that knows each other, that, knows what's going on in everybody's life. I feel like a family breaks apart when they don't break bread. I feel like it's a lot easier to separate a family, to kind of have somebody feel lost in the shuffle, to have someone feel unheard or underappreciated, maybe goes out and does things in the world that are not great, not positive, not healthy because they don't feel like they have a place at home. A family meal can truly affect the trajectory of somebody's life. And that's why I'm happy that my mom and my dad were all about family meals growing up. We ate together every night, unless I was at a friend's house, like my buddy James's house. And still, I ate with him and his family. So, we were used to, my mom was cooking 5 to 6 of the 7 days of the week. And on the day that she didn't cook, we were going to get pizza as a family. So we know what it's like to sit there with each other, talk about our day, talk about what's going on, what we're happy about, what's bothering us, what we're looking forward to, what we're reminiscing about. You should never underestimate the power, the importance, and the meaning of sitting around a table and eating together. So, not just this Christmas, not just this holiday season, but always take the time to break bread together, to have a meal together. I don't care if it's a half an hour or 3 hours or whatever it may be. It's important to take time to get to know each other, to spend time together, to grow together, to know what's going on in people's lives so that nobody feels left out, nobody gets lost in the cracks, and everyone feels like they have a place, a seat at the table, both figuratively and literally. Family meal is very important. And you can have a family meal around Avicolli's food by going to 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York for lunch and dinner. Of course, you could find them open 7 days a week. You can order online by going to myavicollis.com. That's Avicollis for Avicollis, myavicollis.com. You can also call for catering, delivery, and takeout at 315-622-5100. They're going to be busy, so make sure you call now, 315-622-5100. With that being said, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. We'll take our final step aside of today's broadcast. Heading into Christmas Eve, we'll be back to wrap things up, literally and figuratively, because people are wrapping gifts right now. I'll be right back inside the Great Lakes Honda City studio. Stay with us. New York, great cars, great people, Great Lakes. In these unique times, there are those in our community that give us a sense of normalcy and positivity. Pizza Man on 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville has been here for you for over 35 years and is here now. Call 315-638-1234 or order online at pizzamanbville.com to bring those familiar tastes into your home. And remember to come see our monthly on-site broadcasts centered around the community and our Baldwinsville Bees. Pizza Man in Baldwinsville. Any way you slice it, they are always here for you.
Recording in progress.
Looking for your next ride? Look no further than Great Lakes Honda City, located on 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Serving our community for decades, their new and pre-owned vast array of vehicles are available to you Monday through Saturday on site. To search from home, shop at GreatLakesHondaCity.com. Call 315-365-5576 to set up an appointment. That's 315-365-5576 for Great Lakes Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes. Here's a message from Renee from Bryan's Landing, located on 6523 East Seneca Turnpike in Jamesville, New York. Open Tuesdays and Wednesdays for dinner, Thursday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and Sundays for brunch.
It's a lot like the way that my mom and dad ran their restaurant. We have put in place a lot of people that are family to us, very similar to how my dad hired people that were family to him. And then the tradition I'm carrying on is a lot of the items that are on our menu are my dad's. And he taught our chefs how to recreate his dishes. So I think that Tommy McInerney, who our executive chef is, to him it is an art. And I think that when he does create a dish, it's not just about making the food taste delicious, what is definitely our priority, but it's an art to him, and it's almost like his canvas on a plate where he just wants the colors to look great, and people love it because he takes pride in that. And Brian and I appreciate that. We want it to obviously look good and taste good. I will tell you, when we opened up, it was 6 weeks before COVID. And what was amazing was the community, our friends and family stepped up, and everybody did takeout. Everybody supported us. Our hearts were just so filled. So to Brian and I, obviously our friends come all the time, and we just have repeat customers in Jamesville, and I think people going to our previous restaurant in Green Lakes are making the trip to come to Brian's Landing to support us. And I mean, I think we have great food and a great atmosphere. So it's very, very important to us.
Head to Brian's Landing, located on 6523 East Seneca Turnpike in Jamesville, New York, where memories have become recipes that are now meals to share with you. Tuesdays and Wednesdays for dinner, Thursday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and on Sundays for brunch. And be sure to come out for live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Life gets busy, and sometimes that means us running around. So Canine Camp Dog Daycare offers you an opportunity to give your dog a place to stay while you take care of what you need to throughout the day. Canine Camp Dog Daycare is located on 228 Old Bridge Street in East Syracuse, New York. You can see it from the highway, and it's just off of Erie Boulevard across from BJ's Wholesale Club. Call 315-437-7110. That's 315-437-7110 to schedule an appointment to bring your dog in and tour the facility. Appointments are Monday through Thursday after 6:30, where you and your dog can see everything that Canine Camp Dog Daycare has to offer, including a self-serve dog wash and a retail store filled with all of your dog's wants and needs, including food, treats, harnesses, leashes, and more, making Canine Camp Dog Daycare your one-stop shop for your furry-loving friend. Right, Lily? Avicolli's restaurant, located on 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York, has been serving our community for decades. Your place to go for home cooking on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road is just minutes from Liverpool High School. And every single month, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora is on site, on location, with Liverpool sports, student athletes, coaches, and administration telling their stories throughout the year. We look forward to seeing you on site at Avicolli's for their casual pizza side, their fine dining, as well as their bar. And of course, you can order online at myavicollis.com. That's myavicollis.com. For takeout, delivery, and catering, call 315-622-5100. That's 315-622-5100. Come on in to the neighborhood spot Avicolli's, open 7 days a week in Liverpool, New York. Canine Campground Dog Boarding is your home away from home for your furry-loving friends. Open 7 days a week with drop-off and pickup times in the morning and later on in the day and early evening. Canine Campground Dog Boarding is the spot to trust with your dog for short and long-term stays. Call 315-299-4013 for more information. That's 315-299-4013, and go to caninecampground.com as well. That's KAMP ground.com, where you will find all of the information on their different cabins, which include the classic cabin, executive cabin, grand cabin, and luxury cabin. Canine Campground Dog Boarding, where your dog will have indoor and outdoor areas as well as their own private cabin for any size, any breed, as well as dogs with different needs. Dog parents and dogs alike choose Canine Campground Dog Boarding. Isn't that right, Lily? Looking for your next ride? Look no further than Great Lakes Honda City, located on 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Serving our community for decades, their new and pre-owned vast array of vehicles are available to you Monday through Saturday on site. To search from home, shop at GreatLakesHondaCity.com. Call 315-365-5576 to set up an appointment. That's 315-365-5576 for Great Lakes Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes.
Carvel DeWitt, it's what happy tastes like. Do you know why? Because we make ice cream. Creamy, rich, flavorful ice cream. Not yogurt or iced milk like some of our competitors. Ice cream. Fresh, by hand, daily. For the calorie conscious, we have something new for you. Our new Carvelite. Same great flavor, creaminess, and texture of our regular ice cream with only 35 calories an ounce. So whether you want an ice cream cake, flying saucer, dasher, carvalanche, hard or soft ice cream, we will satisfy your craving with our fresh, handmade regular or new Carvelite ice cream. Carvel DeWitt. It's what happy tastes like.
The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family-friendly. Some family-friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant.
GG Cards and Breaks. Like, comment, subscribe.
GG Cards and Breaks coming to you on 639 Delmar Place in Syracuse, New York is your one-stop sports card and trading card shop. Get in there today before Christmas and the holiday season. We're within it. We're right here. It's about to happen. So you got that last-minute Christmas shopping, that last-minute holiday shopping for Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it may be. Get over to GG Cards and Breaks today. 639 Delmar Place in Syracuse, New York. Don't miss out on an opportunity to make a memory like I got to make with my godson Noah. They are open Tuesday through Saturday, weekly 10 to 6, Sundays 10 to 5. Of course, I believe they're going to be closed on Christmas. So make sure you get in there today and get what you need. Boxes, packs, singles, graded cards, and more. All at GG Cards and Breaks. Disney Arcana, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, One Piece, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, wrestling, soccer. Oh my goodness. Get yourself over there. Better do it right now. Why are you not in the car? 639 Delmar Place in Syracuse, New York. Big time shout out to Chick-fil-A in DeWitt for all they bring to the table. Bridge Street and Erie Boulevard is where they're on the corner of, and there is so many wonderful things to find at Chick-fil-A. I don't have to tell you if you've been there before. You know if you're an original fan, a spicy fan, a grilled fan, or from week to week you change it up. Whatever it may be, Chick-fil-A DeWitt is ready for you, and they can take the high volume of people coming in. Double drive-through, massive brick building, plenty of room inside, and of course you can order on the app. So get yourself over to Chick-fil-A in DeWitt today. Megan Sorber and her team are ready to welcome you and make sure that you have a wonderful experience. The Peppermint Chip Shake is back. Don't miss it at Chick-fil-A DeWitt. With that being said, here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life, I want to thank Gabby Holko, the head coach of the Susquehanna Riverhawks women's basketball team, who are 10-1. Say what's up. They're very excited. Just got back from going 2-0 in Puerto Rico. Congratulations to them. Gene Marshall joining me here in our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with Binghamton University, the athletics director, celebrating all that has been in 2025, what's coming in 2026, and so much more, including talking about our partnership as we are in year 2. So big time shout out to a leader that I appreciate and love having a connection with on and off the air, that being Mr. Gene Marshall. And of course, many thanks to Josh Gideon and the team at GG Cards and Breaks, as well as Red, for all that they did to make the experience with my godson Noah so amazing in his first ever sports card shop experience that we've ever gotten to do, and we got to do that together. And of course, big time shout out to Avicolli's for the ingredients to success, the importance of a family meal, and have a meal with your family over at Avicolli's today, 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York. Thanks for being with us up and down the East Coast, the Midwest, the West Coast, and all around the globe on YouTube.com and Facebook.com, both /WakeUpCallDT, and on WakeUpCallDT.podbean.com. So thank you for being with us inside the Great Lakes Honda City studios all around the world. Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts, Player FM, Podbean, Podchaser.com, Podvine, Spotify, TuneIn, YouTube. Search Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, or one word, Wake Up Call DT. Big time thanks to our incredible team, Great Lakes Honda City, Carvel, DeWitt, the Wildcat Sports Pub, GG Cars and Brakes, Myers Creek with 2 locations, one on the countryside, 33 Rippleton Road in Kaz, as well as in the city of Syracuse at the Syracuse Inner Harbor on 720 Van Rensselaer Street. Chick-fil-A Cicero, the first Chick-fil-A in Central New York. Canine Camp, Dog Daycare, Ma and Pa's, the snack capital of the world. Get your stocking stuffers at Ma and Pa's today, 201 Old 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. Mother's Cupboard, the home of my exclusive breakfast sandwich in Central New York. 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Go to Ma and Pa's and get yourself the Cuse Mac Mother. The Cuse Mac Mother is waiting for you. Bacon, egg, and cheese inside of 2 pieces of French toast. Cut it up and eat it like a sandwich. Cut it up and have it with some syrup. Pick it up and eat it like a sandwich. Only at Mother's Cupboard. Chick-fil-A in DeWitt. Canine Campground, Dog Boarding. Pizza Man, Brian's Landing, Game Point Sports Complex, Avicolli's, and we are the exclusive multimedia marketing partner of your Bryan and Stratton College Bobcats to Syracuse. Find the Bobcats and the Bobcat Buzz. We just had 2 exclusives air over the weekend. Do not miss a moment with your Bobcats by going to youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and find the BSC Syracuse playlist. The Bobcats are also on wakeupcalldt.com's homepage and underneath the exclusive partners tab. For more information, go to syracuse.bscbobcats.com and go Bobcats. The Binghamton University Bearcats are exclusive multimedia marketing partners with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Find the Bearcats every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with student athletes, coaches, administration, and alumni. Of course, celebrating today with Binghamton University Athletics Director Gene Marshall in that fantastic multi-layered conversation about all of the wonderful things happening at Binghamton University. Thank you to Gene for all his kind words as well, and I send them back to you. And I appreciate you so very much. So God bless to Gene and your family. Thank you for those wonderful words, and I echo it back to you times 10. Big time shout out. Make sure you go to youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell. Find the Binghamton playlist. Go to wakeupcalldt.com's homepage and underneath the exclusive partners tab to find Binghamton there as well. For more information, go to binghamtonbearcats.com and go Bearcats. What do you know about them OCC lasers? Onondaga Community College, the newest exclusive multimedia marketing partner with Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. They are waiting to have you come join them on youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and find the OCC playlist. We call it the Laser Lounge. It happens every other Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, including tomorrow on Christmas Eve. I'll be joined by Paul Clark, who just won a national championship running in the snow. So, fitting to have him on Christmas Eve return to the broadcast. Don't miss that this Wednesday, December 24th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Find all of our content by going to youtube.com/wakeupcalldt. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and find the OCC playlist. The lasers are also on wakeupcalldt.com's homepage and underneath the exclusive partners tab. For more information, go to OCC by heading to onondagalasers.com. And you can also go visit them up on the hill in Syracuse, New York. Big time shout out to everybody once again, to Gabby, to Gene, to my godson Noah, to Josh, to Red, to everybody at GG Cards and Brakes, to the team at Avicolli's, John Fratto, the Avicolli family, and every wonderful person there that's part of the family of Avicolli's that breaks bread with us all throughout the year. I want to thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. And when it comes to support and love, Great Lakes Honda City of over a decade, thank you for your support and your love for me. And I truly appreciate having you as my studio partner. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I got a bunch of college football playoff coverage coming up to you. Been doing interviews in the background that are going to be in the foreground for you to see with Ohio State, with Miami, Texas Tech. A lot of great stuff coming up here where sports meets life. So stay close, because your boy is going to be heading on the road by the grace of God after Christmas to the college football playoff once again. I cannot thank God enough for that. God is great. I want to thank the Orange Bowl. I want to thank the Peach Bowl. I want to thank the Cotton Bowl and everybody at the College Football Playoff. Much appreciation to each and every single one of you. Facebook at Wake Up Call DT, X at Call DT, and Instagram at Wake Up Call _DT. For now, from the Great Lakes Honda City Studios, we say God bless. No stress. Do your best. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Kindness always wins in the end. And I just want to send you all my appreciation, my gratefulness of you being here with me today and always, and my love, because I'm happy to wake up. I'm happy to do what I love and love what I do. I'm happy to share it with you, and I want you to know you are never alone. Remember those 4 words. Take care. God bless.